Salut tout le monde, c'est moi Monsieur Springer et je fais une vidéo pour vous aujourd'hui de vous montrer comment faire les examens écrits et parlés. It's me, Mr. Springer, and I want to show you a quick video on how to do writing and speaking tests in your Middlebury Interactive French course. So I'm in a writing test right now in French 1A, the Unit 1 writing test. You want to be sure to read the directions very carefully, and then you can also check the scoring guide right here for any writing or speaking tests, and it shows you this little rubric here of how I'm going to grade you. I really want to encourage you to read those rubrics carefully so you understand the importance of your response being organized. Can I understand it? Are you using correct grammar that you've been learning in the course? Are you learning and using the vocabulary? And then did you actually complete everything according to the directions? So once you read that, go ahead and try your best to answer. So you just click in here. And that's basically it. You type right where it says answer, right in the middle of it. If you need to include some accents, one thing you can do is click on this little keyboard up here, and you can choose the correct accent you need to use. It's a handy little keyboard way to do that. Once you have everything done and you're very confident with it, checked over your work and everything, you can click the red submit button up here. For me, it's giving me a little funny business, probably because I'm the instructor, but for you it should go through just fine. And you want to be sure that that little spinning disc that showed up, that thing is done running before you go to the next activity. Otherwise your writing test is not going to be recorded and it won't get to me. Okay, that's basically how you do it. After you do it once, this red paper symbol will be a faded red. That means that you submitted it properly and you can't submit it anymore. It's just a one-time only thing unless I grade it and you want to redo it after that. Then you can always ask for a second attempt. Let's look at speaking tests. This is the Unit 2 speaking test, but this applies to any course. They're all pretty much like this. Again, you just want to make sure you read the directions really, really carefully. Sometimes it even gives you some tips here. There's a scoring guide, just like with the writing one. It's really similar. And for these, a lot of them are like a conversation, and you get to read what your friend said, but you can also play it. This is your mom. I said your friend, but in this case, it's your mom asking you some questions. You can actually play the audio.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
And I highly recommend doing that. Since it's speaking, focus on speaking. You should always be listening to the audio samples and speaking and practicing out loud in class. It's your best way of learning. So listen to it. When you're ready to record your response, all you have to do is click on the microphone button. Bonjour, ça va bien? And record. Now, the first time you do it, it may give you a couple of things saying, will you allow or block Adobe Flash Player? You always want to allow. And if you can't figure it out, you can also just right-click with your mouse over this microphone symbol, click settings, and then make sure you choose whatever microphone you're using. I recorded my response, and I can tell I no longer have a microphone symbol but rather this play button, and I'll want to check my work and see did it actually record. So I'm going to click play. Bonjour, ça va bien? Hey, sounds pretty good. So you always want to do that for everything you speak before clicking the submit button to make sure your microphone's working and it actually picked up your voice. A lot of times I'll notice students get cut off at the beginning, like they start speaking before the microphone is really recording their voice. And if that's the case for you, after you listen to it and you're like, oh, I don't really like that, I want to do it better, you can always click the little X up at the top right, and then the microphone shows up again and you're welcome to do it over. Once you've checked all of your recordings, again, click the submit button and you should be good to go. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any problems with your writing or speaking tests, please don't hesitate to answer or to ask me. And do remember, these are tests. You're not allowed to use any sort of outside resources, not even your course itself on them. It's just like a closed book testing class. Okay? Bon courage. I wish you the best.